But it was a preacher who said that he was talking about the Christian woman, and he was saying that our woman is changing. He said it's to the point that our woman in our religion, when they leave their house in the morning, he was speaking from his experience with his wife. He said that she would beautify herself. She would put on all the makeup in the world, put all the perfume on in the world, put all the mini skirts on, just to go please her boss and her co-workers. And when she come home, he said, I'll watch her take off the makeup. Take off the little skirt, put on big sweatpants, put on baggy clothes, put a scarf on her head. And with the religion of Islam, it's the opposite. When our Muslim women walk out the house, they not here to beautify themselves for no other man. They not here to beautify themselves. They don't wear makeup. They try their best to just be modest to the best of their abilities. And when they go home, if they married, that's if they please, that's when they put on the makeup. If they please, they can wear whatever, Victoria's Secrets, whatever. This is the truth. Whatever. As a matter of fact, Islam encouraged the woman to beautify herself for her man. So when she returned back to her house, most people might think she covered up, but no, she can wear whatever she wants that's pleasing to a man. So he was saying that this is the opposite. He was saying this is why so many marriages is breaking up because of that. Because the women come home and they put on all the ugliest clothes on the face of the earth, but when they outside in front of their bosses, they beautify themselves. Even Ibn Abbas, radiallahu anhu, who was a cousin of the Prophet Muhammad, he said that I used to like to beautify myself for my wife. Even the companions 1400 years ago, they used to beautify themselves for their wives. They used to make sure they comb their hair, you know what I mean, put a little cool whatever on, makeup. So we teach, this is the religion. Everything is in a proper order, you know what I mean? Inshallah, hopefully that answered the question correctly. Inshallah. Yes. The verse in the Quran that tells you can beat your wife, I'm not a scholar of Islam, and I can't answer that. But what I do know, the scholar said that when the Prophet Muhammad explained that, he said that you do this. They said the Prophet explained it with a tap. And we know that Allah doesn't like oppression anyway. That Allah doesn't like oppression where you cannot harm a woman. Like I said, our religion, we can't even harm an ant. But like I said, I'm not a scholar, I have no knowledge of Islam, I can't give no fatwa, but I do know that the scholars explain that the Prophet said he meant by that. And if you read the verse in the Quran, it goes a long way before you can even do that to your wife. And basically, like I said, we could, if any other question like that, there's scholars and people with knowledge that can answer questions better, you know? Yes. My first exposure to Islam, like I said, my mother and father, they was converts to Islam. But when they passed away when I was 3 years old, I was raised with my Christian grandparents. When I was growing up, I didn't know what Islam was because the people that killed my mother and father, they was from the Nation of Islam. So when I was growing up, I thought the Nation of Islam was actually the religion of Islam. And it wasn't until I became a Muslim I know that there was two different religions. For example, the Nation of Islam is what Farrakhan, Elijah Muhammad and them teaches. They teach us that Allah is a black man, and they teach us that every person with white skin is a devil. And when I started to read about the religion of Islam, it teaches us that Allah is the creator of the heavens and the earth. He's not a man, he's not a woman. Allah says in the Quran that nothing in his creation is like unto him. So Allah teaches us also that the Prophet Muhammad, for example, said that every prophet was sent to their nation or their tribe. And he said that I'm the only prophet that was sent to the whole of humanity. For example, Jesus was only sent to the children of Israel. Moses was sent to the children of Israel. Every prophet was sent to their tribe. But the Prophet Muhammad said, I'm sent to the whole humanity, whether he's black, white, Arab, non-Arab. Because we know as in the religion of Islam, we have Caucasian Muslims. You got all types of Muslims. The biggest population of Muslims are Asians. So when I knew that, in the Nation of Islam, there was two different religions. You know what I mean? And that we can't judge a person by their skin color or their race. So when I started to read, that was my first little, as a child, running with the religion of Islam, you know? No more questions? Allah? Jazakallah khair. Salam. Huh? Yes. Can somebody repeat it for me? Basically, man, we know the religion of Islam is a perfect religion. We know the way of Allah is perfect. Allah is the creator of the heavens and the earth. Everything he legislates, no doubt about it, is only good for us. like we said, most Muslims, they practice Islam according to their cultures. Most Muslims are truly ignorant of the religion of Islam. And it's sad that majority of the Muslims, they practice their own culture. So basically, if it's double standards and all that, maybe that's something that has nothing to do with the religion of Islam. You know what I mean? That could be according to their culture. Because we know as our religion, it's a perfect way of life, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I understand. That had nothing to do with Islam. Because Allah in the Quran says, as a Muslim, male and female, we shouldn't have boyfriends and girlfriends. You know what I mean? Maybe that's your family members that act like that. You know, not your family members. I mean, like maybe that's just the brothers who act like that towards their sisters. But in the religion of Islam, what's haram and not permissible for a man is not permissible for a woman. You know what I mean? In certain situations. But just like you said that a woman cannot have a boyfriend and the men get mad. It's both. Islam teaches that a man, a boy or a girl, we're supposed to get married. You know what I mean? So double standard is not from the religion, actually it's from the personalities of the people, you know? Yes.
During your conversion, was there any part of the Quran that made you really believe that it was the word of God, or was there any specific thing that made you really open your eyes to it?
Basically, the question was there anything from the Quran that made me know that this is from Allah? Basically, the first time that I read the English translation of the Quran, I knew for a fact, like, this book cannot be written from a man. Even though it wasn't in the Arabic language, I knew a man could never come up with the words. Because I was around poets like Tupac, I'm around people, so I know what men is capable of writing. You know what I mean? So, it blew me out, just reading about Allah, how Allah described himself and everything. You know what I mean? How Allah is so, his oneness. For example, I was just telling the brothers, yesterday I was in Minneapolis and the day before that I was in Maine and it was freezing. Then we come to California and it's warm. Allah is the creator of all this. Allah is in control of all this. Like for example, it might be raining in London right now and Allah is in control of all this. Just imagine every single day Allah does this. Every single day Allah raises some people. He lowers some people. Every second Allah might bring a person to life or take a soul of a person. Allah, for example, is a narration where the Prophet ﷺ said that if it's on a dark night and it's a dark black ant on a dark rock and it's moving on that rock, Allah sees it. So this is what blew me away from the religion of Islam. This is why it teaches that Allah deserves to be worshipped. Only Allah can do that. Any other God that they worship besides of Allah,